banned out and Sableye banned out with a first pick on Urshifu. Nothing surprising here. If they pick Zeraora, I'm going to lose my freaking mind.
They're not going to do it. That's for sure. He's baiting us. Look at all the Pokemon he's scrolling through. And it's going to be a Scyther, of course. Scyther and the Slowbro, who's just picked every game right now.
There we go. I mean, yeah, Slowbro's in like every single team. People are loving this, and it's got the energy amp on it. So you could
The funniest part is, even in solo queue ranked, I see this Pokemon every single of my games right now. So, because he's a defender that does damage, so people actually pick it. But in every single game I see a Slowbro currently, it's crazy.
Ooh, this would be nice to see a little Lucario. I feel like I haven't seen too much of it, but, you know, Lucario still has a lot of value. Power-up punch, it looks like. I mean, with that Razor Claw attack weight weakness policy, if that is the player that sticks on it. And a Pikachu being locked in. Nice support attacker here.
Could we see the Potato Uvu Garchomp? Like, maybe hovering it right now. Also, Lucario may be a pick away from Marv. I'm not sure what Marv plays in this team. Maybe he's the defender player now. Not quite sure what their roles are, because they are all kind of jungle players as well. Like, Xyxes plays kind of everything as well. Marv used to be a top laner. Potato is a Garchomp player. Caligula is their jungler, I'm pretty sure. And Human is, you know, the flex support, defender, whatever he wants to play. Decent draft though by both teams, I would say. And there's the Garchomp. Yeah. There's the Garchomp.
Beautiful. We got the Garchomp switching over, I assume, to Potato. I hope to see that Drain Crown drop off. Let's see what we've got. That Pikachu. Okay, I was going to say, why does it have so many critical hit items on it? Come on here. We've got the Energy Amp over on the Lucario. I mean, really just set up for the big secures there from Bob. As we move into our game here, no stacking on the Mew. No stacking on the Mew.
Actually, triple Energy Amplifier for this side of off-meta. Triple Energy Amplifier. I do like it. It's a very strong item.
What are we seeing on off-meta that feels off-meta? I mean, a little bit
really,
Lucario and a little bit Pikachu, but these are still pretty common picks. I think I'm going to... You're going to have to cast for a minute. Let me write down. Fine. Off-meta for not playing off-meta.
Maybe they play different moves. Maybe they play, I don't know, close combat E-Speed or a Scizor. Maybe a Surf Bro.
I already find
that. I don't know. I tried to make up for them. All right. I'm sorry. Double XP share for the left side. XP share also, like almost every team is playing 2 XP shares lately.
Yeah, I mean, the buff to EXP share was actually super considerable. Now that you don't have to be the lowest level to get its effects anymore is just amazing. Yeah. And teams, you get the movement speed from it. You get so much from it. It's an amazing item now, especially in competitive play. Solo queue, it's still just one of the most stressful items that you can run.
And Potato, this is what he always does. He goes to his boosted auto-attack and just starts auto-attacking the enemies on the first thing already, and he just jumps down. And it's gonna be first kill already for the Gibble. Gibble is actually so strong early game. It does so much damage. Especially when he has the Rapid Fire Scarf procced, and Lucario's also gonna fall. 2 KOs for Dogwater already.
Wow, Dogwater just dominating this top path right here. Off meta in trouble. Just dealing with a Garchomp. I mean, yeah, it's tough.
I thought what Potato does only works in solo queue, but even in tournaments, people underestimate this Gibble. It is so mean early game. Should for sure not underestimate it. Now Scyther top lane, trying to help out this losing lane a bit. We don't have an Eldegoss yet. Not even barely any experience there on this Eldegoss, so it's gonna be a long time before Devoicing gets level 4. And they're gonna go for these Altavius. Big Blow's already being charged, but actually misses, but they're just gonna dive in with the Swinub. And they're gonna maybe get Lucario. A lot of things are flying around. And Human, he can't auto-take him. Finally, there it is. He gets the KO on Lucario and he goes down again.
Wow, impressive fight right there from Dogwater. Yeah, Lucario getting taken down inside there. And interesting, I mean, I thought it was actually not going to go well after we had that big wicked blow that missed. But no, still went pretty well for Dogwater. I mean, look at Potato right here. Looks like he's going to try to fight 2 of them. Just getting pushed back.
He's so aggressive on this Garchomp as well. He's going to pick up Drain Claw soon, and you're just going to see him go over and again. In and over. Just, he's already Jack buttoning in already, I think. But he might get punished for it. He's getting auto-attacked by Eldegoss, and he's dropping very low. Drain rushes back out, but Lucario's on the chase with a Power Punch. Gets the revenge kill right here.
That was beautiful, using that X speed to chase it out, and then just setting up a nice execute right there. Trying to finish this off, and they are able to do that. Scyther coming in, trying to pick up a KO right here. We've got the damage coming out from the Scald. It's also lowering the attack of that Urshifu, pushing it back. But I mean, all the damage resistance. I mean, what do you do when the damage resistance hits the damage resistance hits the damage resistance? We're going to find out.
That's for sure. Now we have off-meta with 4 Pokemon bot lane. They also pick up the Pillow-Swine. They're going to start diving this now. Mime is dropping super low. Marth is also getting caught. And off-meta making a huge push up, but the solo beam is there. He's going to stop 2 big blow and 2 eject button. Can they find any KOs? No, they can't right now. Power Punch lands. And he's like, what? I'm not Urshifu 2.0. I'm actually Lucario still. And he takes the KO. He takes down, you know, the future Lucario.
That's right. Lucario still is Lucario 2.0. Scyther going down right here as it looks like Pikachu actually eject buttoning, trying to get away from this. And he's saying, you know what? I'm going to go down. I'm going to Volt Tackle you as I get KO'd here. Dogwater setting up right here. We have the bottom Reggie spawning, and they've got her Shifu down there in perfect position to take it. But they do have to watch out for this Lucario, who can also sneak right in. Mamoswine trying to stop it right now. Mime trying to slow it down. Here comes a big close combat secured by her Shifu still. That wicked blow.
It's honestly hard to believe every time I see the damage of it that is actually a move in this game. It's hard to believe because it does so much. It's just ridiculous to see the 2k crit number this early into the match already. I'm gonna start diving the score now. Potatoes here on level 9. He's just zoning them away. If they have to walk up, he's just gonna Drain Rush, Drain Claw combo them. And they're wisely just backing off. Often it's very, you can't just defend a goal. The first goal is barely any defense. It gives just very small shields, right? And people really just die or go down for trying to defend the goal too much sometimes. Especially just let it go. And you still get NDDs. It's not like you're losing too much. You're still getting additional farm for the rest of the match, which is also very nice.
Look at Potato being the highest level member of the entire match right here, trying to get this secure. Once again, Urshifu, and you see why this Pokemon is so often banned out, coming in with another big Unite move. Not only does it get the objective, it gets the KO right here. Potato coming in with that eject button at the end of his Unite move, just trying to clean up this fight right now. Looking incredibly good for Dogwater as this is going to push towards this tier 1 goal. However, not a huge advantage for them as they're not able to actually push this Regieleki any further.
But still a lot of points they can get right here, right safely. Mew's also going to score another 30 most likely, 5 more go in. They even just try to make it more experience, and then they're going to keep diving now. Lucario's out dropping super low again. Dragon Rush, Drain Claw lands onto Eldegoss and Scyther, and Potatoes is going so ham right now. Getting so many pickoffs.
I mean, it feels like maybe the surprise Pokemon of this tournament so far is watching Garchomp just go crazy in 2 matches in a row already. And it feels like a Pokemon that really didn't get picked at all last year in any championship series, in any big tournament. But after a few buffs and after some meta changes, we've actually seen some teams take advantage of it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, seeing back-to-back is quite funny. 2 Garchomp, 2 different players. Not just Potato, also another player trying out the Garchomp. And doing well so far. Another Reggie spawning in 5 seconds on bot lane. Are you ever sad if you see Regirock spawning?
No, I've never been sad in my life. But yeah, it's definitely not my favorite. But I don't actually worry about which Reggie is spawning. I just spend most of my time complaining about who didn't show up to it. As it looks like Garchomp actually does get taken down right here. 2 down on the side of Dogwater as off meta is trying to push down. Got a big Unite move. They want this Urshifu. Are they able to take it down? Gosh, it took so much. And actually Lucario does get punished by the Mew right there.
And off meta getting at least some KOs after losing the objective, after losing the Regirock. Still at least getting experience, which is all that matters, right? I think that's what people always ignore, is experience is the most important thing in the United States. Scoring is nice, but just farming and getting experience is so important. And any KOs are always, of course, especially killing a level 12 Garchomp gives your team a lot of experience.
Yeah, we're getting up ready for this fight here at Regieleki. And this objective is actually really nice for Dogwater because it's just something that off meta has to deal with right now as it pushes towards a tier 2. And they can, they can do a lot of different things with it. They can decide to push with this. They can just decide to farm all of the experience that off meta would need. And as you mentioned before, Chris, experience really is the name of the game. The culmination of that ending fight matters so much as Potato gets taken down, actually pushing a little too far right here and giving up some of that catch-up XP over to off meta, picking up another KO right here.
Yeah, Mew also is overextending, and yeah, you just can't push with the Regieleki, right? We all know it. Games get lost over this, trying to push it in. Of course, you can also sometimes win mid the match straight up by pushing it in, but now off meta can look for this push on top lane. Kali goes on the side, gets will take it into Power Punch, taking so much damage. Eject buttons back to the goal. Gonna try to stop this from happening. Potato's back now. Can he find any pickoffs? Scyther super low on HP, but they all get away. The eject button's gonna miss for Potato. He can't reach them, but nice barrier into boosted auto attack's gonna claim Lucario. And now Eldegoss is just summoned 4 enemy Pokemon. Gets taken down as well. 2 KOs
I'm
for Dogwater.
I'm kind of confused what off meta was doing right there because they actually, it felt like they got some daylight. They were actually able to make it out of there, but then they sort of started moving back, I think because their Eldegoss was pushing top, but they were just in so much trouble. They needed to run and they were taken out. And now we have another Regirock spawning. How sad are you, Chris? Tell me. Scale of 1 to 10.
Honestly, I never know. Like, what's the math on it? Maybe it's actually quite good. I just feel like I just don't want to see it. It's always hard to tell with defense and special defense stats in this game, right? If it's actually how much it does. And Human just trying in
The
volley
word
fights now. You're
is
trying to hit this goal right here. Can he somehow do it? He's spending so much time. Is he going to fall in the end? No, but that's nice capturing right here. Oh, but look at Dogwater. Going for the second goal push on board, being like, okay, have fun on our first goal. You're going to run to your second goal.
It looks like off meta has had a few moments where they just push a little too far and they're punished for it. Oh, what a catch! I mean, you think maybe someone's in there trying to go home, and that is just such a nice KO for them. They could actually start this if they want, just start poking it and make off meta have to push in, as they are sort of starting it here. The nice thing with Garchomp is it can charge its boosted attack, it can make the enemy have to push in, and they could just peel right off and start ripping them to shreds.
He's looking for the gauge now, and 60's actually caught right here. Has some Unite. Pikachu's also going to trade Mew for Pikachu Unite, which I think is very good for Pikachu, because now Mew can actually be caught. Garchomp's going to start auto-attacking. Lucario Unite has to be forced, because he's going to die anytime soon now. He's going to go for it, but so Potato can't get his Unite move out. Mamoswine jumping to 3 enemy characters, trying to lock them up, but it's looking great for Off-Meta right now. The Sky is there. Mamoswine's going to fall. What a triple man Unite of Urshifu! knocks them all up into a big blow, and they ace them. Wow. Yeah, Urshifu big Unite move can actually hit multiple targets, and he just gets it on 3 enemy Pokemon. Incredible.
What a balanced Pokemon this Urshifu is, as that Unite absolutely changed everything. That fight felt so incredibly close until you just saw this Dark Bear jump in, huge Unite, flinging them into the air and KOing them with a critical hit that I think should not be allowed. It's
and that Mamoswine setting it up so well as well with the high horsepower, knocking them all together and just perfectly lining them up for this Urshifu. Now we have 528 points to 209. Off meta, of course, I can still try for another push. Marth is going to go down right here, which is 33-second death timer. There could still be a chance. I'm going to go for it.
100 heading center, and it looks like we now have another.
Okay.
Yeah. Great play here by Dogwater. I mean, off meta is like, hey, we can push, and then they're like, oh boy, how many points did they put in? This is normally when the surrender votes come out. Well, that's actually not true. Normally the surrender votes come out in my solo queue games at 5 minutes, then they come out at 4:30, then another one at 4. But after all those points go in, that would be the end of the game here. Dogwater looking extremely impressive in game number 1. Off meta, not playing too many off meta things, so the fine stands.
And that's the awesome defense there. I'm pretty much just getting obliterated. Another enemy goal. And yeah, Dogwater having a great first game that we are seeing, at least. It's not the first game of this tournament, but the first one we are watching them play. And it looked great so far.
Yeah, we are in the 3rd round of our winners bracket here. Dogwater against off meta. Dogwater coming in, bringing that Garchomp, bringing that Urshifu, all of it looking extremely impressive. I liked a lot of the plays we saw there from off meta, but boy, it just felt like not having an Urshifu is one of the most difficult things in this meta right now, is just not having this Pokemon that really is not even punished for standing next to an objective waiting for it to get low. It gets a 60% damage reduction when it's charging its move.
It's ridiculous. And even the basic is also, I think, 40%, right? So even early game levels, he gets so tanky by just charging up the... Oh no, 30, it's 30% until the plus. It's incredible how tanky this Pokemon gets. So which bends?
We have a lot of games to cast together. It's
I want to see Urshifu bend on the left side.
That.
Yeah, I mean, sure. There's the bend on Urshifu. Totally makes sense.
Yep.
What do you think should be good first pick right here? The Scyther? You think they're gonna first pick a Blissey, maybe?
Ooh, I like this.
There's the Blissey.
I like seeing it. Oh my gosh. Oh, don't tease me with the Dragapult. Come on.
They're not doing it. They're not doing it. No. Not sadly not happening. Scyther Mime seems to be reasonable. Could also pick up maybe an early defender, but now that you have 3 good defenders, you don't really have to pick it too early. Mamo looks also great. Mamo's not like slow, bro.
Mamo is just incredible right now. I'm so happy that this Pokemon is dominant. I tell this to people, you're not happy, I'm sure. If you want to be everyone's best friend in a solo queue game, pick Mamoswine. I mean, I love seeing a Mamoswine on my team. I love it.
We see potential freeze lane with the 9 hits as well, which we haven't seen in this tournament yet today. In our games, it's very popular in Asia. Asia pretty much picks 9 hits every single game. Very, very popular there with the Rapid Fire Scarf build. And Mew Snorlax looking very normal.
Please pick a Char. Please do it, player 24601.
He's not going to do it. I'm going to pick away Garchomp. No. They need some more damage. I would like to see a Delphox right here. A Delphox jungle maybe, but it's kind of countered by Scyther, but an Aegis Slash, okay.
Aegislash. That is an interesting one to see. All right. I'm not opposed to it. Let's see. I mean, I don't know if the members of their team are actually picking for themselves, because it doesn't look like that's the build that you would run on Ninetales. It doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't
look
like it.
And they have a Drain Crown and Aegislash, so I know they were kind of trolling around with that one at some point.
Talonflame
getting locked in. Let's freaking go here in game number 2, as I'm sure they're going to move these Pokemon around a little bit.
Maybe not. Could be a Drain Crown. No, it's not going to be a Drain Crown. Okay, there's the Rapid Fire Scarf for Ninetales, yes, with a Muscle Body Barrier. And we have a Attack Weight, Float Stone, Focus Band, Talonflame. No, Razor Claw, Attack Weight, Focus Band. And Potato's going to play it.
Oh, no. Okay, we've got the Float Stone Attack
Weight,
and then we've got the double stacking there on Dodrio, which almost assuredly means that we're going to be seeing a Tri-Attack build. Tri-Attack heals off of your max HP. So given that, you stack up your cookie and you can just get bigger and bigger heals throughout the match, it's pretty solid on that build.
But I think Dripic also has percentage healing, or is it just based on damage healing?
I think it's percentage of damage healing.
Okay.
Which is why you often run that Energy Amp or Float Stone or something like that instead.
But I like both team comps right here. They both look
I do too.
Very decent.
Aegislash, actually, I feel like we're seeing a lot more in the Asia Champions League than we are seeing in North America or EU. So it's going to be interesting to see this Pokemon again, which really dominated at Worlds, but has received a few nerfs.
I mean, it was dominating at Worlds, right? It's such a strong Pokemon. It's so hard to KO, has very strong laning phase, was always perma-invading back at Worlds, so we don't really see it invading anymore any longer. We actually have barely any invades happening today as well. People just want to win lanes now, which is a very much focus again. Marth is dropping super low right here. The double freeze lane is going to be so annoying for Mr. Mime. Diving in onto Mew again. The Swinub is dropping quite low, but he should be fine.
I mean, we were talking about, you were saying we haven't seen a freeze lane. Even sometimes when I see people play Ninetales and Mamoswine, they actually end up splitting them up for, whatever reason. But we actually do have the freeze lane. And of course, we have Talonflame, which I think this Pokemon is so much better than your solo queue teammates play it. But this is one of the lowest win rate Pokemon in the game right now, and it feels like it's really outclassed by another bird that is currently, I think, having a stroke.
Usually it has to spin around for a sprint gauge. Can never stand still on this Pokemon. And he's gonna go, no, he's missing the Tri-Attack, but he just dives in with the boost auto attack. Can they find a kill right here? Snorlax is gonna rest and regain some HP. Blissey gets the slap, but no, actually Dodrio is being able to pick up this KO. He's gonna try and score, but Scyther's gonna get a double KO. And now Blissey has nowhere to run. Has the safeguard, but I think Wrap Up is gonna be applied anytime soon again. Do a Wing Beat, and that's gonna be another KO right here. We have a message on screen. We're gonna ignore it now. And Potato with a good early game. So can also play other Pokemon than just Garchomp.
Yeah, I mean, looking incredibly strong up here in this fight. That was so close from Dodrio. I mean, just barely not picking up every single member of the team right there. Sword almost evolving, maybe going a little too deep right here. I'm not sure what they were looking for there, but they're getting a KO.
They're getting punished, and now top lane's gonna just fall apart. Top path is done for the side of off meta. Dogwater in complete control. But they actually still get meta turrets at least. Go over to off meta. So at least getting some experience there. Looking for bot lane push maybe now. But yeah, so Aegislash is so bad from level 5 to 7. I absolutely hate being part of it. I mean, like, I don't do anything for the next 2 levels right now, and now it's just going to get punished over and over again.
And they're pushing into this top path right here. I think the safeguard could actually be a really great play. I've seen more and more safeguard Blissies. They're looking to pick up a KO, still not able to get it done right here. Mamo is... it's just now registering with me that we have an Ice Fang.
Yeah, me too. I just realized that. Do you like Ice Fang? Do you think that's a good choice? But here, it might just get a KO. Can it get human? It can. There we go. Ice Fang KO.
I like it. There are lots of things I like that I refuse to do. But I do like it.
I mean, it's nice in full Fury mode. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh, what a fun! You know what? Can we turn this into a full Fury tournament right now?
Oh, that would actually be fun to hold one of those.
Here we go. Registeel just getting ripped apart by Dogwater. No one from off meta is really able to do anything about it. Talon getting the secure right there, as off meta is just deciding to be Regieleki gamers right now. The math on that, not super good for Dogwater either. Oh, actually, never mind. They peeled off it and they did not end up breaking goal.
And top lane looking for this Regieleki push now, but they're so underleveled. And we have a Snorlax right here with block, which is going to be able to defend it quite easily. Unless he jumps in a bit too deep, but the heavy slam is there and 2 blocks now. Slow smoke is there as well, but Potato's gonna dive in. He's getting locked up, but has the full heal. Unite moves in, and he gets 1, he gets 2. He's gonna keep chasing now. He's just dual wing beating on cooldown with all those resets. 3 go down, and now Blissey's also gonna get chased down. Another dual wing beat. Triple KO for the Scyther. And it looks so easy. This Pokemon is so strong. It is just way too strong.
Yeah. So good. Dogwater now going up 185, 113. You know, they kept that goal up in the bottom path, and off meta has been able to farm a little bit, but it looks like Mime has just been down there getting really, really strong right now. It's level 9. It has its Unite move. Dogwater's levels are looking extremely good.
That's the problem with Ninetales, right? It has very good laning phase, but it has no last hitting. So if you're stuck against someone who has last hitting, Talonflame getting jumped on though, makes it out alive, and Muff is out going to X-speed. If you're against someone who has insane last hitting like Mr. Mime, you have no chance. Right? You're just going to lose every single last hit in lane.
Yeah, it feels like you're definitely using this as sort of this early, it's very good, and then you become this support attacker where your whole job is just to kind of slightly stay out of combat and make everyone's life miserable by slowing them and stunning them throughout the battle. As we have 28 seconds now until we have the bottom objective coming up here. Both teams looking ready to fight for it. Potato farming in that top path as Scyther trying to get its level 13, which would be pretty early for it. We're only at the 5-minute mark right now. And if you look at the levels on both of these teams, Dogwater is in a great position, not only score-wise, but again, that big important number experience-wise.
And the next bottom Reggie is about to spawn. And both teams are in position already. Heavy Slam goes in true block, but the safe of Blissey's gonna hit them out alive. Blissey Knight goes on to Slash very deep right here. Can they find this team fight? Talonflame is forcing Night Move's gonna pick up the other bird. Talonflame is the superior one this time around, and they're gonna look for more. Ice Fang actually deletes with the Night Hits Unite on Snorlax, and they're finding some KOs right here. Potato still couldn't find anything. Slash dicing, and the Sacred Sword's gonna land. Who's gonna hear these KOs? It's so close. And now Mews alive. He's gonna snipe at least Mamoswine. Talonflame is still here as well. Electro Ball lands onto Blissey. Barely lives, but no, the Egg is not a Sacred Sword. Triple KO for the Aegislash. What is happening? Confusion now onto the Blissey, and the fight is still happening. Mr. Mime Unite looking for the Aegislash, and they're going to get him. Confusion into barrier. He's still alive with the focus band. He's going to start healing up as well into another Sacred Sword. They're going to get Snorlax. He white guards away the confusion. He's diving in again. He's going to start healing. Another Sacred Sword lands. What just happened, Jake?
What a fight! I mean, what an insane fight! It just kept going back and forth. For a minute there, I thought, well, off meta definitely has it, and then that Mr. Mime is taking everyone down. Aegislash, they're really showing why they brought this in here. Holy moly, just ripping them up. And you know, Aegislash is one of those bizarre Pokemon where even when it's low, you're never kind of sure that it's out. It gets this massive wide guard shield. It gets the boosteds to heal it. Man, what a fight from off meta.
It's amazing played by him. He was so many close calls there. He had a perfect white guard as well that just came up again to dodge a confusion, I mean, of Mr. Mime to not die. So that was just amazing. And so many close calls on the Aegislash in that team fight. But he hit Sacred Sword after Sacred Sword after Sacred Sword, not missing a single one. Yeah, that was off meta now, maybe having a chance in this match.
Oh, you know, interesting. We're seeing Dodrio running agility, which I see less and less and less now that Jump Kick has its huge buffs. Obviously, you know, Tri-Attack still works really well with agility, and you kind of get that free, you know, full heal, basically. But I feel like I'm more often seeing Jump Kick now run on both builds. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, agility, I think, is a bit easier to use, right? So it's less room for mistakes. I feel like Jump Kick can mess up very, very fast and suddenly you're dead. My agility is just a bit safer. Still works on the Tri-Attack as well, so... I think it's totally fine to also still play it. Caligona might be caught right here, but he's a Talonflame. He's quite hard to catch. And Mew, though, also very deep right here, trying to score some points. He's gonna succeed, but he's gonna go for it. I don't know if that's worth it. I'm really not sure.
Yeah, it's always tough to say, right? I mean, I guess you don't give up too much experience. It's level 11.
True.
You know, you put more points on the board. You seem to be in an okay spot with it. I think off meta actually has an actual off-meta choice. I'm realizing it right now, and that's Ice Fang Mamo. It's actually been doing great in this game.
For sure. It has been getting some pickoffs. And now Aegislash hitting level 14. So he's together with Scyther the highest level in the match. It's going to come down to those two Pokemon.
Here we are. They're just kind of holding them right now, obviously making sure that they can't get in this pit. Dodrio back capping right here. This is the only time it's acceptable when your team knows what you're doing. Dodrio just putting some points on the board, but they're still behind. It actually looks like they're going for this fight. Talonflame coming in with a massive Unite move, trying to pick something off, waiting until that Ninetales Unite actually hits nothing right there. Really unfortunate for that Ninetales, and now we have this huge barrier. Mamoswine trying to push in and grab something as this Scyther comes in with a big Unite move. Mr. Mime following it up, 3 down on the side of off meta. They're just getting pushed around here. Snorlax trying to pick up this Blissey, and now they are ripping this Rayquaza off the map. Dodrio trying to figure out what it's going to do here. It knows it needs to run in and try to steal this. It's going to be very, very tough to steal it away from a Talonflame. Nope, not even getting close to it. Not able to boost in or anything.
Chance.
Dogwater wipes it off the map.
And then now they're going to look for the score. Of course, the game's not over yet. They still have to score, but it should be quite easy for them. Talonflame just flies over the ball. He's going to score 100. Mew scored 50. Snorlax is going to score 58 points. And I know that Ninetales Unite looked very bad, but he pretty much just wanted Buddy Barrier to not die to Talonflame. Maybe he was too overscared. He was scared he's going to die to Talonflame, so he just Unite move for his own Buddy Barrier, so he doesn't die. He kind of panicked, I would say. But yeah, the team fight, not close at all.
No, Dogwater really controlled everything that was going on right there. Really nice Talonflame Unite, and I do think it just kind of, it spooked them a little bit. You know, they got worried about what was happening right there, and unfortunately they used, I think, Blissey's Unite move and A9's Unite move in a way that they would really not like to use it for. You know, they want to use it aggressively in a way where they can sort of pick up a win there, and instead they have to use it defensively, and they lose game number 2 here against Dogwater. But man, I think the big standout for me inside that match from off meta, Ice Fang Mamo, looking really good.
Honestly, it looked like it had potential. It's just Ice Fang Crash also does so much, right? And it's also a bit easier for late game. The problem is that Ice Fang in late game team fights really doesn't do all too much. I feel like it's similar to maybe like a Leech Life Buzzwole, where it feels to go across the game and then you go into like a late game team fight, you miss it once, and even if you hit it, it just gets cancelled or something, and then it's just over. That's what it kind of feels to me like.